Hello everyone, I am back with the new topic Lines and Angles, Grade 9, Chapter 6. This is the first topic for proper geometry in grade 9 and we will be discussing this chapter in two parts. This is the first part. I am still working on the second part and I will be uploading it soon. Please understand this concept, lines and angles, in part 1 so that you are able to do this chapter properly when you are preparing for your exams. So here we are starting with basic terms and definitions. The first thing which we are discussing is line. Line is a straight path extending in both directions. You can see arrows on two sides. It means it is extending in both the directions. Then line segment is a part of line with two endpoints. So here you can see no arrows. Then ray is a part of a line with one endpoint. So one-sided arrow, it means it is a ray. Okay, so it is one endpoint and sometimes it is also called the starting point of the ray. Few more basic terms. If there are three or more points on the same line, they are called collinear points. Next is angle. An angle is formed when two rays originate from same endpoint. Here O is the vertex and OA and OB are the arms of the angle. You can see O is the vertex and OA and OB are the arms. Now we are discussing types of angles. The first one is zero angle. Then acute angle. Now what is acute angle? The angle which is greater than 0 degree and less than 90 degree is acute angle. Then this is obtuse angle. Obtuse angle is greater than 90 degree and less than 180 degree. Right angle which is exactly of 90 degree. Straight line angle, or sometimes it is also called straight angle, it is 180 degree, a straight line. Then it is a reflex angle. Reflex angle is greater than 180 degree and it is less than 360 degree. You can see over here, this is being shown here. So this is reflex angle. Then complete angle, which is completing the entire circle, as you can see in the figure, it is of 360 degree. Now we are coming to pair of angles. Two angles whose sum is 90 degree, they are called complementary angles. Then two angles whose sum is 180 degree are called supplementary angles. Two angles are adjacent if they have a common arm, a common vertex, and their non-common arms are on different sides of common arm. Now this you have to understand very clearly what are adjacent angles. So you have a common arm which is DB here, a common vertex which is D, and the angles are on the different sides of the common arm. So if you see here angle BDA, this angle is on one side of the common arm DB and this angle BDC is on the another side of the common arm DB. So they are called adjacent angles. Then you have to identify which one of them is adjacent, right? So see here, if you look at this figure, is angle 2 and angle 3 adjacent? No. Angle 1 and angle 2, are they adjacent? They are not adjacent because they are not having the common vertex. Then angle 2 and angle 4, they are adjacent because they have a common vertex, common arm, and they are on different sides of the common arm. Then pair of angles, some more. If the sum of adjacent angles is 180 degree, then they are called linear pair. So if you see here, angle 1 and angle 2 are adjacent because they have a common vertex O, common arm OB, and angle 1 and angle 2 are on different sides of common arm. And if you look at this line AOC, it is a straight line. So if you add angle 1 plus angle 2, the sum is 180 degree. That's why they are called linear pair. Then when two lines intersect each other vertically, the vertically opposite angles are made and they are equal. So here if you see the marking, this angle and this angle by a single stroke, they are vertically opposite and they are equal. And with double stroke, these two angles, they are vertically opposite and they are equal. Now, the best way to identify vertically opposite angle, that you will see a cross figure, cross kind of a shape. So that is the best way to understand vertically opposite angles. Now here we are discussing few important points. The first one is, if a ray stands on a line, then sum of adjacent angle is 180 degree. Now if you see over here, the sum of 125 and 55, this is 180 degree, and OC is a ray. So obviously if OC ray is standing on AB line, then the adjacent angles, the sum of adjacent angle is 180 degree. Whereas when you see here, 30 degree and 60 degree, they are also adjacent. But they are not, the sum is not 180 degree. That's why the ray OC is not standing on a straight line. Similarly for this figure as well. So if this is both the ways, that if a ray stands on a line, then sum of adjacent angle is 180 degree. If sum of adjacent angle is 180 degree, then non-common arms make a line. Then very important concept, parallel lines and transversal. This is very, very important. So here if you see, there are two parallel lines and there is one transversal. Transversal which is intersecting both the parallel lines, both the lines. Now here we have some pair of angles which are very important. The first one is corresponding angles. So here when we see angle 1 and angle 5, they are corresponding. Then angle 2 and angle 6 are corresponding. Angle 4 and angle 8 are corresponding. Angle 3 and angle 7 are corresponding. Then we have the next important angles, pair of angles, which is alternate interior angles. So here you have 2 and 8 alternate, right? They are alternate interior, inside of this figure, if you see. And they are on another side, alternate sides of the transversal. Then angle 5 and angle 3. When we talk about alternate exterior angles, they are 6 and 4 and 1 and 7 because they are on exterior sides. Then interior angles on the same side of transversal, they are also called co-interior angles. So if you see interior angles on the same sides of the transversal, these two are interior and these two are on the same side of transversal. Similarly 3 and 8. Now here we are trying to understand how can you identify these angles. For co-interior angles, angles on the same side of the transversal, we see the C shape. Just look at this C shape in red color. So you can identify by C shape. Then when you see for alternate interior angles, then you can see a Z shape. So just see, if you look at these same color, the blue and the red, you can see over here a Z kind of a shape. It is not, a proper Z, but yes, a Z kind of a shape. Similarly, this is inverted Z, you can see, right? So you can identify a Z shape here. Then we look for F shape for corresponding angles. So see here F shape, this angle and this angle, right? Similarly over here also, G and H, you are able to identify F shape here. Then what are the conditions of parallel lines? So when corresponding angles are equal, the lines are parallel. Again, you can see them in the same color. The red and red, they are corresponding, green and green are corresponding, and they are equal. We have a theorem which says that corresponding angles are equal. So it goes both ways. If the lines are parallel and they are cut by transversal, the corresponding angles are equal. And if corresponding angles are equal in any figure, the two lines, they are parallel. Similarly, yellow and blue and blue. Another condition is when alternate angles are equal. So when alternate angles are equal, see here 80 and 80, again the lines are parallel. Similarly, you can see for exterior angles also 125 and 125 in red. So the lines are parallel. And one more condition, that when co-interior angles are supplementary, the lines are parallel. This also goes both ways. Now we have next thing, which is lines parallel to the same line. So lines which are parallel to the same line are parallel to each other, right? So here if you see, if line M parallel to line L, you can see here M parallel to L and N is also parallel to L, then M and N, they are also parallel. This is how we understand this. Now you can understand this also when we are saying M is parallel to L, it means angle 1 and angle 2, they are corresponding angles, they are equal, right? 1 is equal to 2. Similarly, When n is parallel to m, 3 is also equal to 1. Again, the same thing, corresponding angles, right? So when we are saying that 2 and 3, they are equal to same angle, angle 1, it means they both of them, they also have to be equal. This is how we understand this. Then there is a question, let's solve. We have a question that if AB is parallel to CD and CD is parallel to EF. So see here in the figure, if AB is parallel to CD and CD is parallel to EF, one more condition we have that EA is perpendicular to EB. EA, if you look in the figure, is this. This is perpendicular to AB. And you are given that if BEF, if this angle BEF is 55, you are supposed to find X, Y, and Z. Right? Now, the first thing what we are taking, we are saying that Y plus 55 is 180. So see here, Y plus 55. Why? Because they are co-interior angles. They are angles on the interior angles on the same side of the transversal. So y plus 55 has to be 180. So from here we can find y equal to 180 minus 55, which is 125. Right? Now x is equal to y. So see in the figure, x equal to y. Because these two lines are parallel, it means they are corresponding angles. So that's why x is equal to y. That's why x is also 125. Now we are left with z angle. Right? Now we have, since AB is parallel to CD and CD is parallel to EF, therefore AB is also parallel to EF. We have just understood this theorem, right? So we will take angle EAB. Now see here, angle EAB, which is this angle, and angle FEA, angle, we have FEA, this angle, this entire angle, right? The sum of them is going to be 180 degree because they are co-interior angles. Okay, so you know this is 90, you know this is 55, you can easily find Z from here. So when you solve this, you are getting Z equal to 35. We have come to the end of this video by a food for thought. Life is like a geometry. You can never assume that anything is true unless you have proved it. So this is something which is very important aspect of geometry. We don't rely on anything unless until we prove that. I hope you must have liked my video and it might have cleared your doubts. If you still have any doubts, you can write that in comment. I will try to clear your doubts in my upcoming videos. Thanks for watching. Please forward my video to your friends or whoever who wants to clear their doubts in mathematics and ask them to subscribe my channel. Bye bye.